Hey guys, what's going on? This is James, and I just wanted to make a quick update video on one of my stores that I'm running right now. And just first off, a lot of you guys probably who have been following me have noticed that I haven't been putting a lot of content up on the channel. It's because I really have been reworking my strategy, kind of trying to figure out what's really working for me in today's the way dropshipping and everything is today. Now, not too much has changed, and I'm going to kind of go over some of the things that I've done differently right now that I have in the past. But up here on the screen is today's sales on one of my stores, and we're kind of like in a weird like midway between scaling and still testing. But I'm gonna kind of go over the ad strategy that I used for this to kind of test and everything. I'm just going to briefly go over that real quick, just kind of give you guys an idea. I'm going to talk about like the product research method that I did. I'm going to just kind of briefly go over all this stuff to kind of just update you guys and give you some cool content that hopefully you guys can enjoy. I know I haven't been posting lately, like I said, but that being said, let's just hop right into it. So again, today I've pulled up the store right here. This isn't faked. You know, you guys can see that there are literally people on my store right now live. So far sales have died down today. Really around like 6 or 7 sales kind of picked up, and I think Facebook was sending me a lot of traffic. Now Facebook isn't sending me the greatest traffic. You guys can see this isn't the best conversion rate on here. I've had 434 visitors and about 16 orders. Did about $445 in sales today, so not bad. We're still kind of testing out the audiences and figuring out what we want to do and where we kind of want to go. So guys, that's just kind of a quick update on the store. Again, I'm not really going to totally reveal everything because this is one of my personal stores and it's not really a community store. Eventually I want to start one so that, you know, you guys can kind of see live, but for right now this is just kind of one of my personal stores, and I wanted to show you guys what I'm kind of doing with this store. So hopefully you guys can get a little bit of value out of that. But right now we're going to kind of go dive into the tactics and everything on how you can actually do this for yourself and how you can kind of apply this. So let's go hop over that. I'm just going to change screens. Okay guys, so now we're going to kind of go over more of the strategy and the tactics and everything that I kind of used to do this, because here's the thing. A lot of people think, oh, you know, I have to have some magic thing that I have to do in order to get my Facebook ads to work. I have to do some magic thing. And really what it comes down to is picking good products that you know are probably going to sell or have a good chance of selling, and being able to connect them to an audience. It's really not that complicated, guys. If you can do those two things, like that's all you have to get good at, is being able, and selling too, but you really have to be able to get good at connecting a product and an audience. And that's really it. that's you know, it's two things, but you can kind of boil it down to one thing. And obviously selling a good copy, but those are all like tactics. You really have to get good at just being able to connect a product and an audience. So kind of my product research strategy behind this was the same one that I've really been teaching on the channel. It's just go on Facebook and see what's working. Now here's the thing. Here's where it gets kind of tricky now, because lately Instagram ads have been really killing it for me, and I know what, I'll kind of talk about that later. But Facebook ads, or go on Facebook and find, you know, winning products. I've taught that on other times on the channel. You literally go into Facebook and you search, you know, buy it now in the chat, or not the chat, in the search bar, phrases like that ads would contain, so that you're gonna get ads to show up and you're gonna see what's selling. You want to look for engagement, all that good stuff. I've taught that a little bit in depth on the channel and other places. Also, you want to go for quality over quantity. What I mean by that is, back when I kind of was doing e-commerce, when I first got started, a lot of the times people would say, you know, oh, you got to test 5 or 10 products a day to find that winner. And still you have to test products, I would say at least 1 to 2 a day. Really all you need to do is test 1 product a day. And if you're consistent with that, you're going to be able to find a winner, because that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I still do to be able to find winning products. Like I said, I've kind of reworked my strategy lately, and that's one big thing, is I've boiled it down to just finding 1 product a day and making it just really easy to myself. Because what I found was I would go ahead and just kind of do this burst where I'd find like 10 or 15 products, and then, you know, I'd test them. I'd test like 5 products a day. I'd spend a whole bunch of money, and I wouldn't really get anywhere. And part of that was because the strategy I was using wasn't really working. but also that was really hard to follow. I was giving myself too much to do, and I have so much other stuff going on. I don't want to have to launch 50 different ad sets in one day. I don't want to have to make 5 different product pages. That stuff takes brain power, and it's really taxing, and it's hard to follow. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of just boil it down to testing one product a day, because it's a lot easier to be able to stick to, quite frankly. So quality over quantity. I would really just recommend testing 1 or 2 products a day. And really, like I said, quality, you want to make sure they're good products, and you want to make sure that you're writing out good copy. You want to make sure you're writing out a good product page. You want to make sure your website's looking good. You really, back in the day when I first kind of got started, you could kind of just throw products up on whatever site and they'd sell. Nowadays, you have to put more effort into your site. You have to put more effort into, selling your product, getting people to buy now, urgency, scares, stuff like that. You don't have to do anything super crazy. You just have to put time into your store. So that's pretty much kind of the strategy I used to find the product. Now, this is how I've gotten traffic to the store, and this is where it's changed the most, I think. So I've been watching just a lot of YouTube videos, and I've been in a few courses over the past year or so, and I've seen how things are kind of going. And the crazy thing is, a few years ago when I got started, $5 a day ad sets were really popular. And I mean, even before I got started in Facebook advertising and everything, I still, you can go back and see that people were preaching about people like Chris Record, Travis Patel, Robert Nava, all these people were kind of preaching $5 a day ad sets a long time ago. And I'm kind of happy to say that that's still doable. Like, that's still how I test things. And you guys might notice, like, I've talked about different strategies on Facebook ads on the channel and other places. And, I might have been a little bit all over the place, but I think I've really found the one that's working for me really well. And I think that you should follow something similar to this too. And figure out what works for you, because this isn't necessarily one strategy that I've kind of, it wasn't like I just went to somebody's YouTube channel and found one thing. It was kind of a mixture of watching, different videos, different courses, and this is probably like a mesh of like 4 or 5 different people's, theories on how Facebook ads work and everything. So basically what I did for my ads is, and I keep saying Facebook ads, but really I'm not even advertising on Facebook for this campaign anymore. This is literally, that $400 a day you saw on there, of which is about $150 profit, by the way, roughly. That's all off of Instagram traffic. And it's interesting because I never really was big into Instagram advertising, but now it's really where I'm getting the majority of my traffic from. And it's cool because not a lot of people are doing it right now, so the costs are pretty cheap, and you can get a big reach. You can reach a lot of people on Instagram for cheap. It's kind of like Facebook was a few years ago, where you can get a lot of traffic for very cheap, and you can get good, you can get cheap, purchases on your products. It's really interesting, and I would recommend you guys test that out, because I'm not, like, I literally don't have any Facebook ads running, although I'm using the business manager on Facebook. These are all Instagram ads, and I didn't do that on purpose in the beginning. This is one of the first campaigns I tried this, and Instagram's really taken off. I don't know if it's just this niche, but I'm thinking that Instagram is going to be something where you want to really be testing. And to test this out, I tested I went in and I looked at the audience, and I saw, okay, I basically went in and I checked Facebook as a placement, right? Facebook was my only placement. And then I went ahead and checked Instagram as a placement as well. And I saw what the difference in the audience size was. And most of the time it went from I would only be able to reach like 1 million people on Facebook. And then when I checked Instagram, I could reach like 20 or 30 million people. And that's kind of how every ad set was for this campaign. So what I ended up doing was I just tested both against each other, and the ads hardly even delivered to Facebook. So really, they're optimizing towards Instagram right now. So it's just interesting to see that, because I never was really big into Instagram advertising, but really the strategy is kind of the same for Instagram as it is on Facebook. I'm testing, $15 to $25 a day ad sets at once, just to kind of launch the campaign. Single interest for the most part. I think everything in this campaign was a single interest. Very broad too. I'm talking at least 1 million plus. Really, ideally, like over 5 million. To even 10 million, 20, 30, 40, 50 million people plus I'm testing. And again, this has changed from when I first started, because Back then you really wanted to optimize down. You wanted to see, you know, okay, I want to have an audience of 250,000 to like 500,000. Now I'm regularly advertising to audiences that are like 50 million in size, and that's just one ad set. You know, I'm getting sales, and it's pretty. Facebook has gotten way smarter, especially with the pixel and everything. So, you know, I like to do 3 to 15 million people audiences at least. I always go for the purchase objective, and like I said, Instagram placements are really killing it for me right now. And as far as the actual targeting, I'm really just kind of typing in phrases that are related to the niche, and I'm really brainstorming. Like, I don't even go out on a whiteboard, but I could just kind of sketch out like, okay, just like 10, 15, 20 phrases that you could go ahead and advertise in, and then literally I don't even use the audience insights tool. I just go and create an ad. And if I was just selling a product in the golfing niche, I would literally just type in golfing. And you could probably just target golfing straight in Facebook. I would select that, and then I would go ahead and I would create another ad set, and then, or I would duplicate that ad set, and then I would see what other related interests there are towards golfing, and then I would literally just keep going down that list until I ran out of things. Try to hit like 15, 20 ad sets, and that's pretty much it. Again, Facebook ads shouldn't be complicated. That should be the least of your worries, honestly. And this ad creative was a video, and the ad copy is literally a sentence. So, you know, that's it, guys. Like, people say dropshipping's dead. People say it's harder than ever, and really, for me, it's been easier than ever. It's just been really cool seeing how Instagram and everything is performing and everything, and I'm just really happy to kind of be back and you know, putting up stores like this and everything. It's a lot of fun. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm going to keep you guys updated on the store. I'm hopefully going to scale this up. I'll kind of go into my scaling method later on in other videos, kind of in like an update video, but hopefully I want to have this scaled up. Hopefully we'll hit 500 a day today, but I want to have this scaled up to like $1,000 to $2,000 a day within a week, hopefully within a few days, but you know, I want to kind of give it some time. But that's about it, guys. And I really, again, one more thing is, when you find a winning product like this, when you find a product that's gonna, like, I was profitable when I was testing, and that's a really good sign as far as finding a winning product goes, is if you're profitable when you're testing, you pretty much have a winner. What you want to do when you have a winner is scale quickly, because on Facebook, it's kind of cutthroat, because people are going to catch on and see you selling this stuff, and you know, competition is going to come in, right? And you just want to burn through that audience, and you want to get as many sales as quickly as possible, because you never know when competition is going to come in. It could be in a long time from now, or it could be, you know, next week. So you really just want to, you know, get 50 or 100 purchases, get that lookalike, and just go through that audience and get as many sales and as many people going as possible. And that's kind of my strategy for this campaign, so we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it, so we'll kind of leave it at that today. It's getting late. I'm going to go to bed. Anyways, guys, I'll keep you guys updated. If you want more videos like this, or if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and comment, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if this is your first time being on here. I'm going to try to do more, you know, at least weekly content here, because I am busy, you know, making stores and everything outside of YouTube. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.